Welcome back, Bannock folks. You're tuned in into another reaction here on the Bandecdotes channel. If you aren't already, subscribe to this channel because if you haven't heard already, if we get 500 subs, we are going to tattoo something on us.
All right.
Yeah, you remember that? We did. We made the call to action. So get your friends, force people to watch Bandecdotes. That's the best way. In a day where attention span is so it's worth so much. Just literally like Clockwork Orange style. Pry their eyes open, sit them down. YouTube.com/Bandecdotes, make sure that you're following us on Instagram. That's just @Bandecdotes. We got a great reaction today. What are we doing today?
We are checking out Keith Buckley's new band, Many Eyes. They dropped 12 hours ago, I guess, as of recording this. Some people were using VPNs to listen to it a little early, but we have lives, unfortunately, so we had to wait a little bit. A little bit of catch up for anybody who might be watching this who doesn't know. Keith Buckley has a new band called Many Eyes. They have a single out now. This is not the video they shot. This is a visualizer for another song. This group is Keith Buckley, and then there's a lot of controversy around this, but I guess it's Nick and Charlie Belmore. I wasn't personally familiar with their names immediately, so I don't want to call anyone no names. That sounds rude, right? But we were kind of right about it not being, I guess, like a super group necessarily. These guys play in Dee Snider's solo band, which is kind of interesting. Dee Snider's like a sick ass dude, so that's awesome. One of them was in Toxic Holocaust, and then if you remember the band Kingdom of Sorrow, that was like Jamie Josta and Kirk from Crowbar.
Right.
Yeah, so that was like actually a pretty sick band, and I guess they were they tied out the rhythm section on there. Jamie Josta seems to have his hands all over this band. We might get into that in a separate video moving forward, but in a statement earlier this week, Buckley said that the Belmore brothers have been writing, producing, and recording all of the music. This is coming out on Jamie Josta's label, Perseverance Records. We wanted to share our authentic reaction to this. We have been so speculative on what this is going to be like. We've been so curious. I've been ever since Better Lovers came out, and I love Better Lovers, and I don't want to keep comparing the two but it's going to be impossible, guys. We're sorry. It's impossible not to make these distinctions. Ever since Better Lovers came out, I can't stop thinking about what this is going to be, and we're about to find out.
Just before we get into it, I also want to give a little bit of context. He said in an interview recently that he wrote this song just as he was clean. So he was actually writing this song while Every Time I Die was still a band. He wrote this song when he went to rehab, and he was diagnosed with bipolar when he was there. He's recently came out and said that, which is congratulate. I mean, that's I have to imagine that's some sort of burden to like let the mental illness is a very hard thing to deal with, and letting people know and awareness is absolutely one of the best ways to kind of go about it, because otherwise we kind of isolate and kind of treat it really weird. So
all right, yeah, I say we hop into this song. We've waited long enough to hear from Keith, so I think this will be a treat for both of us.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely initially getting like Every Time I Die 2.0 vibes on this. That being said, it's not a problem for me. I didn't realize how much I missed hearing him do vocals. I immediately smiled when I heard his first scream. Like, it's like, I'll go back and I'll see it in the edit. Like, I'm just sitting there with a smile because, like I've missed his lyrics, I've missed his delivery, like talking to an old best friend, and like even just the cadence in their voice is bringing you comfort. You know what I mean? Like, Every Time I Die has been one of my favorite bands for like 20 years, I think. Like, they were like one of the first bands I got into when it came to this type of music, with like Romeo a Go-Go and like the Logic of Crocodiles.
This is super cool. I really like that the guitar work sounds similar to something like if Mastodon was doing the backing tracks and like you have Keith with the vocal. This works in every way possible. I like the visualizer. It is also giving me kind of like, what was it, from Parts Unknown vibes, that specific album cycle. There was something about like with the eyes and lasers, and
It's one of my favorite albums.
The colors that I'm getting from the visualizing here. So sure, Every Time I Die 2.0, but I want to say it's more like metal. This is cool. And now that we have two branches of Every Time I Die now, right? We've got the Better Lovers and we've got Many Eyes. If you liked Every Time I Die for the riffs, listen to Better Lovers. If you liked Every Time I Die for Keith and everything he is, go listen to Many Eyes. Of course, we had the marriage of them both together in the previous band.
But you have like 10 records.
Yeah,
of that.
Here we go. Yeah,
this is
exactly.
Sick. I'm loving this so far. That chorus is a little, I think, almost lighter than anything we would have heard on it. It lacks a little bit of the punch, but I like the sort of, like, I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, I think it's nice to hear him ride something truly like almost indie rocky. Like, and he's like going for this like nice, like clean, high register. He seems like his voice sounds really sharp. He sounds the way I said that Jordan sounded rejuvenated. He sounds excited and rejuvenated. You have a drummer and guitarist who are brothers. And I've always said that creates a psychic rhythm section. You get a rhythm section that they read each other's minds when they're writing. It's a different vibe. So
yeah.
This is sick. Let's hop back in. This is a long one.
I have discovered a grace. I am a patient, peaceful man, but make no mistake, I am the weapon in a righteous hand. I did not come to suffer, but I have mastered the art. So I keep a bullet in the back of my heart. I heard the rattle, I knew the snake. I stuck the landing on a leap of faith. You ain't cool around here. You ain't cool around here. You ain't cool around here. Look me in the eyes again. Look me in the eyes. I dare you. I dare you. I know what I have seen. You're not saying what you mean. It's not true. It's not true. Fuck off, I'm in love. What don't you understand? Fuck off, I'm in love. I rebuilt this heart by hand. Fuck off. The rejected stone becomes a cornerstone. I am the flower and fell. I am the thorn in your bow.
Those guitars, I started thinking about it really hardly, I started thinking about it, Phil. And it was giving me like, do you remember the band Legend?
Yes.
Oh my God, right? It was giving me that sort of like I remember that felt like the first time I was hearing riffs like that. Legend and like mid-career For the Fallen Dreams. Like,
For the
remember,
Fallen, yeah.
Do you remember that like second or third For the Fallen Dreams album? Like the perfect one? Like
Yeah.
the just super heavy one? Like, it's giving me that sort of rhythm. It's a little, I have to admit, it does feel a little basic compared to an Every Time I Die song. I think it's
Yeah.
making Keith's voice have a lot of ability to shine. And this is one track, right? And who knows? I just find that it is lacking a tiny bit of imagination for me in the instrumental side. Keith sounds great, and I think that that's going to be the main draw for something like this. And I have a feeling we're going to get quite a few different types of songs. That's the vibe I just feel like I'm already getting. And I feel like this is sort of a way of putting Keith on a pedestal and showing where he's at vocally. And then as the album cycle unfolds, I think the video we're going to get is going to be a lot heavier than this. I really do believe that.
Yeah, because every Time I Die record has like one or two songs on the record that is like completely different from everything they do. It's like a deep cut. You've got More, the thing with Feathers.
Yeah.
These are like different. So like you can obviously tell that he can lean into them, and obviously with his other group, the Damn Things, he knows how to excel in those different patterns and valleys. So yeah, I think you're right. I think we're gonna get a lot from this record. I think it's not gonna be this is just one song. And,
I think this might be the most middle of the road song on the album, and that's why we're hearing it first. That's my prediction.
I'm right there with you.
Look me in the eyes again. Look me in the eyes. I dare you. I dare you. I know what I have seen. You're not saying what you mean. It's not true. It is not true. Fuck off, I'm in love. Fuck off, I'm in love. Why don't you understand? Fuck off, I'm in love. Fuck off, I'm in love. I rebuild this heart by hand. Fuck off.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, I like the visuals. I like the eyes that were being played. There was the wow now that was kind of giving me even like Rob Zombie vibes, like creepy kind of thing. It obviously is a personal song.
It's Keith, right? It's never as simple as as it seems.
Yeah,
But ever since Low Teens, it's been so much easier to understand what he's trying to tell us. It feels like songs feel like, and I like old Keith, but even Keith said, I'm pretty sure in an interview, I remember hearing him specifically say like he used to write in a way where he's like, "What's a Keith line? Like how what would Keith? You know what I mean?" He was like imitating himself in his own writing style, and he said on Low Teens he started writing like a lot more like bluntly about what he was going through. Like Pedal is so clearly about his wife's situation with childbirth, and like
the whole record is that.
It was about one horrible winter basically.
And to add to what you're saying, he was also known to like when he was writing his lyrics in those older records to just get completely wasted
and lock himself away.
And for people who don't know, he used to be like an English teacher, so like he's I mean people who are familiar with the band know that he's a lyrical genius, but if you didn't know why, it's probably because he used to be an English teacher, and so he knows his way around a dictionary. Let's just say that. So to actually have to imagine that is how you used to write songs, being sober and being like diagnosed with bipolar and moving forward, I imagine is a different kind of, so like obviously that's just something to think about, because that was how he used to write songs, and now it's not healthy for him to do that. It's not healthy for everyone to do that. I wouldn't suggest that for anyone, but I think that really started to happen. I think those lyrics that we get kind of branch from Low Teens and into
it's been a more vulnerable style of writing. I actually one thing that I remember very distinctly when I first quit drinking was I was scared I just wasn't gonna like music the same way if I wasn't drunk. Like I wouldn't like want to like move my body around or like sing along to it. And like I was totally wrong. Like I feel like I like music more now, straight up. But
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, I remember having this weird fear, and I think it's a fear a lot of artists have, where they're like, if I take away my self-created struggle, what do I have left to write about, or what do I have left to relate to in this music? You know what I mean? You put yourself in this very weird situation where you start to believe that like that addiction is part of your creative process, and it can be really scary to like I literally remember thinking, like, even just as a fan of music, like, am I even gonna like music the same way anymore? We love Sober Kings on this channel. We support we love hearing, you know, people who overcome addiction. We like those types of stories, and I always, every time we bring this up on the show, I want to point out that it's, for every story you hear like that, there are so many people who just quietly are fading away. So keep an eye on your friends, check on your friends, all that good stuff that we like to spread on this channel. I guarantee you there is more interesting instrumentals to come. This is going to be the like middle of the road song, and I'm really excited to hear what this body of work as a whole sounds like.
Well, there you have it, folks. That was our reaction to Many Eyes and their song Revelation. What did you think? Leave it all down below in the comments. And if you aren't already, follow all the stuff, all the socials.
Yeah, do it.
Take it easy.
Keep it real.